Ladies and gentlemen, we are back to, believe it or not, talk about The Walking Dead. I can't believe it. You guys, I know you guys can't believe it. We're here to talk about the ones who freaking
Yeah.
live. And I'm talking about the Rick and Michonne epic miniseries. We're going to kind of dive in deep, but we're going to keep it really short and concise because this is a non spoiler review. We have episodes reviews for every single episode as they're coming out. We've already seen the first four episodes, but I'm going to bring up my hosts that are also here to accompany me with this non spoiler review. First up, Busy Brown. What's up, Busy?
Yo, dude. I mentioned this. You guys could see my reaction every my excitement, excuse me, every episode. It was there. It was I'm just so glad we're here, man. This has been a long wait. I'm finally glad. I'm here. I'm happy. I'm happy.
And someone that really has only seen like the first season of The Walking Dead, but has been my balls and bricks counterpart. Talking about Ronan Unchained. What's up, Ronan?
This shit is good.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. I'll give you Michonne and Rick. All that. It's good. It's really good.
And last but not least, the man, the ant, Gold. What's up, bro?
Never thought I'd be back talking about Walking Dead. Gotta go back to the range, practice my headshots. I'm feeling that now. No, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. This is the one to come back to, I think.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think so, man. The biggest thing about this that threw me completely off is that off rip from the first episode, from the very first episode, first 15 minutes,
The first 5 minutes, bro.
I was thrown off of how much I was invested. I immediately was like, I'm in this. Like, I need to see where this is gonna go. And they pay off so much, they leave so much. But if you've never seen The Walking Dead, or if you've kind of been a long-term fan of The Walking Dead and kind of miss Rick or miss seeing Michonne and Rick in any capacity, this is for you in
Mhm.
every way, shape, or form. Like, one thing I want to kind of pivot to is the acting capability, the acting chops from Denai and Andrew Lincoln. Seeing them here in this was astonishing. Some of the
Mhm.
things that they were able to do in this series and just together from a collaborative standpoint, I think was a standout on so many different levels. But what did you guys think about from an acting standpoint?
So, without a doubt, I mean, we've seen even in the OG show that they are brilliant, and there's something that happens pretty early on that caught me off guard. I don't want to say anything else, but the emotion that we see from the actor, Andrew Lincoln, it's just he's just so good at what he does, and it's just to see him embody or to become Rick again has just been amazing to watch. Amazing to watch. And the same thing goes with Denai. So it's like to see them back in that natural, you know, though they're made for these characters. See them
Yeah.
doing what they do best, bro. It's been so fun, and I'm just even though it's been a long, long 6 years, it's just been so much fun to just take it all in, dude. For real, it's been great. It's been great,
Yeah, and we're talking about this at 12 o'clock at night, and his man is still hyped up.
dude.
Uh,
It's just thinking about watching it for the first time again. It was just, oh man, it's such an experience.
yeah.
I for I for
Go
sure
ahead.
thought I for sure thought it was gonna take me like half an episode, maybe at the end of the first episode to get me going. It was just like no, fucking the minute it start, boom, we are into it. I was like, okay, I'm in. All right, I'm watching this episode. My focus is pulled upon, and it don't let go. It does not let go.
Hmm.
Yeah. And what did you think about the acting or the capabilities of these characters being reestablished from Denai and Andrew?
Well, first, it's almost like coming home again to characters you spent years with in like the was it early 2000s at this point.
Yep.
So that's that. I think it's also great to see in these characters. These actors know these characters, and they just jump right back into them. Um, I kn- it's weird to think that we're finally here for something that's been teased for so long. Um, And I'm not gonna lie, there's a point that I've seen so far in this show that I teared up. It hits you. It hits you. And I don't know. I feel like the show's matured with me in a way. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like I don't know if younger me would have hit me as hard as it did as it did at this age me. You know. So I think the acting's definitely there. I think it says something that these actors are so comfortable with each other. They trust each other so much, like they're doing a tightrope of emotions with each other, and that trust is just you can just it's there. That's all I can say about it.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good pivot because if you've seen the show The World Beyond, which I have not personally, you know a little bit about the CRM, but we also know from the last episode that Rick was on, you know, he got shot off the bridge, and then you know a character picked him up, and he ended up where he's at. And so a big part of the narrative of this is figuring out one, what has happened to Rick this whole entire time, and then what is the cause and effect of him being there for this period of time, being separated from his wife and his family. And I think that at first I was kind of just like taken off guard by it, but I love the progression of how they handled the narrative, specifically the pacing and allowing space between moments. Like it's not just time jumps, it's all calculated. There's certain moments they go back a little bit in time, there's certain moments they kind of pivot to where things are about to go. And then there's times where there's dream sequences. And I think I love the handling of the narrative, even from like sometimes the characters are narrating. Sometimes Michonne is narrating, sometimes Rick is narrating. But I wanted to ask you guys' perspective on this story because even Denai wrote one of the episodes. I'm not going to spoil which episode it is. I think you guys should watch it and you'll see for yourself. But what did you guys think about the writing and story of this miniseries?
So the thing is, I mean, this first episode, again, without giving out too much, it's just it was everything I wanted. Everything I wanted. Like they threw things at me that I didn't know I wanted. And you know, I don't know. I was just so caught off guard. The way they handled everything, it made sense without them forcing anything. You know, and it's really hard to say exactly what I'm talking about, but you guys will have to wait and see the episode. But at the end of the day, it's just like they did so much in this, you know, single episode, and everything was great. The pacing, the story, the just the WTF moments, like the amount of questions I had, but at the same time, I'm just like, I'm so invested. I didn't care if these episodes didn't. I mean, these questions didn't get answered in that moment. I was just so invested. It was crazy.
Yeah, so it was a good launching pad for the
Yeah.
rest of the season, for your perspective.
Mhm.
Ant or Ronan.
It's a testament, writing, directing, specifically writing, where you can write a miniseries to a fan base so beloved, so global, so tight with you that either some people have stuck with it, some people have fallen off, or to somebody who maybe tried it once and didn't go with it but respects it from afar, and yet you pull both sides and have their undivided attention while your story's unraveling. That's that is high IQ. That is like gold standard. That is something that is very tricky to do. And I feel like if you haven't seen The Walking Dead, you can get attached to these characters and care about them and follow through to where they go. But if you have, I can't connect to how busy and how a friend of ours, Ares, was feeling. That is I can understand that from other stories that I'm hardcore
Mhm.
fans of, but I'm happy for them. That's a hard thing to accomplish.
And to be honest, like the amount of excitement or the just pure joy I felt to see Ronan, who has literally he hasn't made it past the first season, to see the emotions on his face during certain moments where he doesn't really have a connection to some of these characters, but he still felt it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
the writing is so good. It made this dude tear up over something that he isn't really that passionate about. But
right.
they have dragged him in, and it's just been so fun to watch people who aren't even as invested as some others just feel the same thing I'm feeling. And it just shows how great or the quality of writing that they, you know, have here. It's been great.
Yeah. And I mean, for you, and I mean, what's your thoughts and approach to the story? And also like the psychological impacting of the characters. Like these characters we know, but we're also learning different sides of who they are now. So there's a lot of psychological things and changes that are happening as well. So what did you unpack from some of that?
So first, I think that even if you don't know anything about these characters, the first episode, but definitely the first two episodes give a good idea of the willpower of these particular two characters
For sure.
and the motivations and the lengths they go to survive or to achieve their goals. And I think that's pretty evident really early on in the first episode, and definitely in the second episode. And I think the next part we look at is Walking Dead has always done really well with depicting trauma and its long term and short term effects on different characters and different personality types. And I think even in this one, we see we see different ways people survive. I think a lot of times we saw in the original series, we stuck with the core group of characters. Even in these first episodes, we've seen multiple. In these first episodes of the miniseries, we've seen different types of survival modes and different types of new characters we've seen, and even how they bring their old. And that's always a good thing is bring their old experiences into this new world. There's something where there's a part where Rick talks about. I'm not gonna go into it, but talks about his view of loss and how he's able to disassociate to survive, and it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. The things that our body and our mind does to keep us going ultimately cause us so much pain in a lot of ways, and to feel safe and allow yourself to be healed is almost as scary as the things you're trying to survive against. And I think that's been a very prominent theme throughout all this series. We are the Walking Dead, and it's nice to be back in this universe and enjoying it again. So, yeah.
Yeah. And the last final thing I gotta compliment because the people are gonna ask is the action dope. Like is Michonne getting it in? Like is we getting violent, crazy Rick? You don't know the half of it, y'all. There are things that you're gonna see Rick do you've never seen him do. There are gonna be places that Michonne has to go and be put in situations you've never seen her. And I think from an action and a violence and a gore standpoint, it is there. And the other thing is, if you haven't been watching Walking Dead since Rick left, there's language now. There's a lot of vulgar language. Like they are not. It is unfiltered to the point that it's almost like on that level of HBO, like in their prime. And I think that helps unpack them in different ways, different scenarios. And I think that I don't know if you guys disagree, but I think that the action was good enough. I think it was entertaining enough, and I think they put them in good enough scenarios that I was entertained from every action moment. But I think it was an amalgam of the acting of the process of the story, and then the violence and the harshness of the world, how raw it was. But if you guys want to talk towards it before we close out,
The drama for me, again, The Outsider was so good that when we got to the action, I wasn't picky about this and that. I was just like, okay, this helped complement it as well. And again, I don't even want to say how the first episode starts, and I'm like, whoa. And yeah, man, I appreciate that nothing felt like it what's the right word, overpowered each one another. Everything felt complementary to one another. When there was an action to be had, it was had it. When there was drama and dialogue, it was necessary. And I think you folks are gonna really, really dig how that is paced out and balanced out as well.
Well, I do say I was kind of taken aback when Michonne said she would never touch a sword again and went pacifist the first three episodes. But no, I'm joking. She gets it in this whole.
He's joking.
I'm like, what is he going on about?
He's joking.
If you miss her being a savage and a threat, then we're all going to eat. We all going to eat.
Oh man, that's so funny.
Off the action here. So yeah, there's some things I'm waiting, but from every angle, and it's like I said, it's like coming home. if you like, if the old series, there was one part where the whole group was fighting together, and Rick was about to get bitten, but he didn't even look because he knew Daryl was right there, and Daryl got him as the thing was about to chop down his forearm. That's the kind of synergy they have working together with these guys that they've been working with for a decade, and that they bring it. The action is just like that. It comes right back, getting the band back together, getting the band back together.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like I said, the first episode is a treat, and I don't know, man. All I'm saying is that like I've never been so like at the edge of my seat the way I was there. I mean, I was jaw open, you know, in the first, beginning of the episode, and then the end of the episode. It's just they killed it, dude. They really killed it.
Yeah, and I will give a shout out to some newcomers. There are new cast members. I'm not going to mention their names. I'm not going to mention who they are, but they do absolutely complement the story, and they do invoke certain emotional responses from different characters. And I really appreciated their touch on these new characters, and I think that they did a really good job with them. But I think that's good enough. What do we rate what we've seen so far from A to F? Where are we at?
Oof. I'm gonna go for me. I'm gonna go either A minus or a high B. You know what? For right now, I'm gonna stick it at A. I think nothing has bored me. I've been intrigued, and yeah, from where we started with episode 1 to where we end up in episode 4. Oh boy.
Okay, respect, Rona. All right, busy. Where we at?
We still got 2 episodes that we personally, need to see. But I think as of right now, I want to put it at like a B plus. I think it could go up really easily. A minus, say I don't know. I think I'm at the B plus though, point. And I just think there is a final push that could put it up there, and just change my entire opinion. We still got some time, and I'm so excited to hear what everyone else has to say. It's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, I do want to ask if you gauge like the first 4 episodes of Dead City and then the first 4 episodes of this, do you feel like you're more emotionally involved in this one, but the action in Dead City was different?
Yeah, that's a little difficult. I mean, I feel like I was really excited for Dead City because of the fact that we hadn't had it's the first show since The Walking Dead was done, but
Yep.
at the same time with this, it's like I've been waiting for so long for this show. Like I feel like I was so emotionally hyped that even if something that that's why it's really good to have you guys there, because you guys are kind of an outside perspective. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I think it's really hard to kind of compare it, considering where my emotion levels were. Where I've been waiting to see some characters here, and then with the Dead City, where it's just like it was solid. I thought it was fun. I thought it was good, but I think right now I am more invested to see how this plays out, considering that they're kind of formatted differently, where we know Dead City is getting more.
Yeah. No, that's a true fact. And last but not least, Ant Gold. What's your final rating?
I think I'm at giggity. This last 4th
Ha!
episode, I might be at a
No.
over overall. Right now, I'm at a B plus without my bias. But I'm expecting that to go up. Certain episodes,
Oh man.
the climax in certain episodes peak my
Lucio.
more others, pun intended. If you want to know, you'll know and you'll get it. I go get it. Anyway,
Oh man.
yeah, that's where I'm at.
Okay, that's what we're gonna leave. But yeah, you guys, I am at an A to A plus. I think that this is phenomenal. The fact that The Walking Dead is something I have left years and years ago for different reasons, and I am completely invested in this. Dare I say, I've even recorded certain things I haven't done in a very long time that you guys will find out.
Yeah.
So you might want to follow our TikTok and all the other social media stuff that's in the description bar below, because you're gonna see me in ways you hadn't seen me in a long time. But nonetheless, don't you go there. Nonetheless, I think that this is a very solid miniseries that I hope goes the distance. And I think all of us here feel the same that way. I think that's the best way of kind of putting it. But now, where can we find your content, Busy?
So you can find me at Busy Braun everywhere, Busy Reactions for Instagram. And when this series drops, we're reacting to it. And we got reactions for some of the boys. So it's gonna be really interesting. And I'm so excited to hear what you guys have to say. I'm so excited for you guys to join me and experience it with me. And I just can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah, thanks for coming, Busy.
Always, man.
Ronan, where can everybody find your content?
You can find me at Ronan Unchained, YouTube, Twitter, Threads. I might be dropping a little The Ones Who Live thing here and there in the coming days and week. You can catch me covering The Last of Us, Invincible, Star Wars, anything Marvel, DC related, and a lot of traveling stuff. I have a lot of iron in the fires for what's coming with the channel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think Michonne messed this man up. It's all good. And go.
Look,
Where can everybody find you?
I need to know where the stars of this show are touring for autographs.
Oh yeah, that's it.
No, you can find me here at JVS, and apparently they're sending me some places this summer, so you can meet me in person if you can find me. I'll be in disguise, probably as myself.
He's gonna be a Mandalorian, y'all. He's gonna be a red Mandalorian. Watch out.
Red and gold. So yeah, look forward to seeing y'all.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell button, and when it drops, The Ones Who Live, absolutely go and check it out. I promise you, you are gonna be as hyped as we are about it. We're just kind of holding it in. But wait till we drop our reviews for
You'll see everything, man.
And yes, reactions, and yes, shorts, and everything under the sun. So we will be back very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace, guys.